What's happening in the Minneapolis area real estate market? Are we back to something like more normal? I think so. I hope so. The past 2 years have been absolutely bananas. And as an agent working more than full time, I can tell you what I feel and what I see in my own transactions. But I am also going to back this up with some high level data on what is happening in the metro real estate market. The Fed has increased interest rates by quite a bit recently, and they are probably likely to do it again. People are worried about inflation and what effect this will have on their spending power. I'm hearing a lot of the sky is falling around the real estate market right now, and I actually really don't see it in my business or even in the numbers overall. So here in Minnesota, we have a 1.8% unemployment rate, which is the lowest that has ever been recorded by any state ever. So our economy is really humming along. The question will be, as costs rise with this inflation, do incomes follow? And if they don't, are people starting to accumulate consumer debt? Because that's a problem, right? Does inflation come back down and we actually normalize there as well, which I hope so. These are important questions because if we look at housing prices in the Twin Cities metro over time, they are still on the rise, and not by a small amount, really. From January 2021 to July 2022, prices have increased from a median home price, all housing types included, of $325,000 to a median price of $352,000. That's an 8.3% increase in a year and a half. Normal appreciation is about 6% per year, and we experienced over 12% in appreciation from 2020 to 2021. So the sky is falling crowd is looking at a drop in monthly median price from June to July. It's dropped by $5,000 as an indicator of doom. But if you look at data over time, historically, that's actually a function of seasonality. So yes, our prices rise and fall throughout the year, but every year we experience this drop in prices at right about the same time. So if you live in Minnesota, you realize that you've used up more than half of your summer at this point. Kids are heading back to school in a couple of weeks. You need to take a vacation while the getting is good, and things generally slow down and dip for a while in the real estate market before they start to pick up again in September. So I'm Mary Schumann, I'm a realtor here, and I focus on what it's like to live in the Twin Cities, what the real estate market looks like, and showing you a bit of the Minneapolis metro area. If that's something you're interested in, please hit subscribe and the little bell so you know when I post a video, and feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below. All right, so the question is, has it become a buyer's market rather than a seller's market? And the answer to that is no. We are still in a seller's market. And again, I will say that the perception is not the reality here. I believe that most sellers, buyers, and probably real estate agents have been running at such a crazy pace for the past 2 years that any change in the market makes it feel less frantic, feels like somebody slammed on the brakes. I always talk about month's supply of inventory, inventory meaning homes, as a measure of who the market favors. Is it the buyer, the seller, or actually no one in particular? So there are less than 5 months worth of housing inventory on the market. That is a seller's market. It favors sellers. Between 5 and 6 months worth of inventory is a balanced market, and over 6 months is a buyer's market. So where are we now? As of the end of July 2022, we have 1.7 months worth of inventory on the market, and that is far less than 5 months. So we are in a seller's market. Is this more inventory than we have had at many points over the past 2 years? Yes. But I looked at July 2019, the last pre-COVID normal market, and we had 2.6 months worth of inventory then. July 2020, we had 2 months worth of inventory. 2021, we had 1.5 months. So it is not a drastic change from the past few years. We do have fewer new listings right now, and they are staying on the market a little bit longer. Another metric that we're watching are price decreases. The average number of price decreases for a 7-day period. So if a seller's got their house on the market and it's not moving, that's usually the next strategy, is to reduce the price. That average right now is 847 for a 7-day period. Sounds like a lot, but it's compared, and it is compared to the 440 number we had 2 months ago. But this is out of nearly 6,500 active listings. We are in an adjustment period where agents and sellers are figuring out that things have changed and that what they might have done price-wise in a home a few months ago is not going to garner the same result today. I think the mindset really needs time to adjust to the new realities. The last thing I want to mention today is the number of distressed properties that are on the market. And distressed means properties that are in short sale or foreclosure. And I actually think that this can be a really good indicator of trouble. And right now it is still staying under 1% of listings and holding. The fact that this number remains so low is a good indicator of the continued health of the housing market. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have questions. I would love to talk to you. Have a great day.